But we're back in Europe again, and we're in a good position going into these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, it's kind of where you want to be, isn't it? We're kind of currently top of our pool. We've got two. Obviously, we realise tough fixtures probably works in our favour. Having the second one at home, that always feels a little bit, I suppose, strangely more comfortable in a way. And obviously, we've experienced going to Glasgow before in big games. Last time we went there, we didn't do ourselves justice. We probably didn't feel, and certainly didn't get the result we wanted. So now we've got the kind of the challenge all over again, and it's for us to do better than we did last time. And as I say, try and keep things very much in our hands.
The message you've been saying over recent weeks is you want to keep things in your own hands, and go in there this weekend winning. That will keep things in your own hands very much.
That's right,
so.
And that's how we want to do. I mean, obviously, everybody in the Heineken Cup or everybody in any cup competition wants to try and push for those home draws, those home fixtures. You do that by not just winning your pool, but winning it as well as you can. We've still got the opportunity to do that, but you look at the makeup of the other pools, and you could easily see, the quarterfinals being met by teams that have to win all their games in their pools. So we're very aware there's still a big challenge ahead of us. As I said, Glasgow they've maybe underperformed in their opinion, probably in the Heineken Cup up until now. But we very much know we've got to go there. They're kind of in the last chance saloon a little bit. We're aware of that. We've been in that position before, and there's plenty of times we've played here in a similar scenario and done very well. So we are expecting a really tough performance from Glasgow, and we understand we're going to have to be very good to get anything out of the game.
Rob, you talk about previous visits, so what have you learned from those lessons? Like you say, they were pressure games exactly the same as this, and you haven't come out on top.
Well, I think the last time we went there, we probably felt that we were pretty much on form, a little bit like it's been our Achilles heel at other times, where we feel we're on form, we're rolling well, we're doing well in the Premiership, and we probably haven't really mentally locked ourselves down. Now, the key is to make sure we lock ourselves down, but the key to that will be the players who are out in the field. A lot of those guys have experienced those, how would you describe it, those moments when you probably feel things are going to go okay and you expect things to happen, and they don't go your way, and then it creates a little bit of fluster and a little bit of, not say panic, but a little bit of worry, and then a mistake happens. You think the last time I went to Glasgow, we ended up having loads of the ball, not quite forcing a score. The game was very tight, and then all of a sudden we had a yellow card, and we could see the 2-3 tries bang on the bench, and the game was gone for us. And I think that's the bit we've probably learnt from, is that games will be tough for extended periods, but you got to hang in there, you got to keep working hard, and the game tends to break open relatively late. If you look at La Rochelle, the Sale games, the Glasgow home game, they all broke relatively late, and that shows a bit of growing maturity, that we're prepared to hang in there and just keep working hard, and knowing that if we keep working hard, we can force things our way.
One man who hurt you last time there was Stuart Hogg. Now you've got him on your side. How much is he a weapon, and how much have he talked about what to expect this week?
Well, I mean, without doubt, people who've been watching the fixtures will have seen he's added to our game. Not both in attack, but also with his chat and his kind of understanding what's happening in the game. Obviously, his kicking is a big thing for us. He's very strong under the high ball. So there's percentage gains there all the time. I still think he's improving. I think he would say that as well. He's getting on the ball more, having more influence in attack and defence. And as you say, obviously we've probably removed a dangerous attacking weapon for them and added it into our side. Obviously he'll be used to the pitch, used to the conditions, and used to the people there, and we would like to think that this is one of those games where he'll step up and he'll make that little bit of difference that you kind of need across the field.
You talk about the maturity of the boys as well growing. Is it from experiences in the past, and now we're seeing it by doing so well in every competition? That maturity is making the whole squad better.
I think it's massively from experience in it, because you can't run away from the fact that you've got to live it and breathe it to really understand it. But I think it's also that I think as a coaching group we're a lot more comfortable keeping reminding the lads of mistakes that have been in the past, and I don't think we feel it's a negative anymore. I think often in sport you kind of go, everybody wants to push the positives and drive the positives, which is great, but actually sometimes just a bit of a reminder that you need to turn up in games. You need to make sure that you make it go your own way. That's how you keep things in your own hands.
Was last Sunday an example of that?
Last Sunday was a perfect example. We could have gone to London Irish, could have decided to have a breather after a good win against Saracen, and if we had, we would have lost. And actually when we did have a little 5 minutes off the tempo, it very nearly hurt us. But on the whole, I thought the lads turned up really well. We chucked a load of energy into the first half. We got the dividends at the end of the first half, and that pretty much won us the game. And I think that showed a great attitude and a great understanding of what you have to do to compete in the Premiership. Now we have to show a great understanding of what you have to do to compete in the Heineken Cup.